TNA, we are wrestling.
Jim Cornette, have you heard from Abyss concerning the stipulations for Hard Justice?
Have I heard? Oh, yeah, I've heard, and I'm fixed to make an announcement out there in that ring. It's going to be the greatest announcement
Shut
out
up
there.
and hold off on your announcement. We don't care. What are you guys, having a big party?
We were trying.
You're lucky Perverted Justice is not here. She's dressed like a 12-year-old boy. Why are you talking about the match of champions? Why is Matt Morgan here?
We were talking business till you interrupted us, Matt. Hold on. What do you want?
You know damn well what we want. Don't play stupid, old man. We got 30 days to get a rematch for the World Tag Team titles, and we want it. We're the best tag team that ever walked the planet, and better than any team that you ever managed when the dinosaurs were walking around. You get Samoa Joe a partner and make it a good one. Because tonight, after my brother Devon and Kip James get done with the Employee of the Month from Homicide and the nobody gives a damn about wrestler Rick Steiner, we're coming for what's rightfully ours, our World Tag Team titles. And we ain't asking you, we're telling you.
You know, I don't know why people say you never exercise, because that jaw of yours is getting a workout right now. Let me tell you something. You're not running this company, and neither are you. I am. And what we're going to do with the tag titles is nothing, positive, negative, or indifferent, until after Hard Justice. When that gets settled, then we'll talk. And right now, I've got an announcement to make about the main event. So, Matt, let's go to the ring. Excuse me, gentlemen, but you can turn the lights out when you're done. Thank you.
You know something? I'm not waiting for anything. We're not waiting for anything. We're gonna go do things the way we normally do it. Let's go. Tramp.
We're gonna hang a contract up over that ring for a match. You versus Abyss at Hard Justice. You get the contract and never have to fight Abyss again. But if Abyss or Sting gets the contract, you fight Abyss at Hard Justice. He gets to pick the rules.
What? That's Andrew Martin! Look at this! He's helping out! Abyss and Sting!
There's a new enforcer in TNA. The Punisher, Andrew Martin.
I am so sick of your world title, and I am so sick of your arrogance. But you know what I'm sick of most of all? Is your stupid gold medal. Our marriage is officially over!
To Impact. Jim Cornette is headed to the ring. But this Sunday, it's Hard Justice with 5 championship belts at stake in one match. It's TNA's most bitter rivals. It's all or nothing because it's winner takes all when Samoa Joe meets Kurt Angle.
Tonight, we are going to hear from the most controversial figure in all of sports. That's right, Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to announce the main event at Hard Justice on pay-per-view. There are 2 factions in TNA that are at war, and that war will be settled at Hard Justice. I've talked to the team of Sting, Abyss, and the Punisher, Andrew Martin, and these are the stipulations they have laid down for their 6-man tag team match.
As the 7-footer Matt Morgan looks on from ringside, we are interrupted by the music of Christian Cage. Last week on Impact, Christian and his coalition finally met its match. Sting and Abyss not only won the ladder match from Christian Cage and AJ Styles, but it was the manner in which they did it. They were one step ahead of Christian, the man who prides himself on outsmarting his opponents. Sting and Abyss busted out the new enforcer, the Punisher, Andrew Martin, and they took control.
Now, Jimbo, I was sitting in the back minding my own business as I always do, and unless my ears were deceiving me, it sounded like you were out here making a 6-man tag match for Hard Justice.
That's exactly what I was trying to do.
Well, let me put it to you like this, Jimbo. See, I have nothing against 6-man tags. In fact, it's good work if you can get it. But 6-man tags aren't really my bag. You see, the thing is, I am the true world heavyweight champion. And I think the real question on the lips and minds of fans around the world is this. When am I going to get the chance to regain the title that I never really lost in the first place?
That's a fair question, but if I were you, Christian, I wouldn't worry about rematches. I'd be worried about my health and my career. Because you see, you've got Abyss so mad, you've got him in such a rage. Not only is Abyss now speaking, but he's asking for matches. And he's come up with a doozy. And you know he's a mental case, so this might sound a little strange, but I like it, so I'm going to let him go with it. It's called the Doomsday Chamber of Blood match.
Mike, I like the sound of that.
What the hell is that supposed to be?
That is supposed to be the ramblings of an insane lunatic who wants to break your neck. And the rules of the match are real simple. It's going to take place inside the 6 sides of steel. But I know you like to run, and I know Styles, he can climb like a chimpanzee. So just in case you try to escape the cage, in case you try to climb over the 6 sides of steel, there's going to be barbed wire wrapped around the top, post to post, and corner to corner. Oh, wait. It gets better. If you try to get out, by the time you get on the other side, you'll look like 3 bowls of shredded wheat. Okay? Now then, the only way to win this match is to pin your opponents. But before you can pin a man, because this is Abyss's specialty, you gotta make him bleed. That's right. You can pin a guy 25 times, Christian, and it doesn't count unless you busted him open first. Once a man is bleeding, then you can pin him, and then you can win the match if you're man enough. And one more thing, the winner of this match, the man that wins this match, whoever it is, he will get the TNA title shot at the September pay-per-view No Surrender against the winner of the Samoa Joe Kurt Angle match at Hard Justice.
You know something, Jim? I'm sick and tired of you trying to stuff things like this down my throat. And you know something? I don't like being stuck inside of a steel cage. But you know what? I am going to win the match at Hard Justice. And you know something else? It's just like Sting, Abyss, and Andrew Martin, because you see, they don't have the satchel to come out here and tell us this news to our face. They sent you out to do it for them. And I'm going to tell you this too, Jimmy. If we happen to see them for 1 second before Hard Justice, there's going to be hell to pay.
Oh, we've seen this before, and I think we all know who's coming, and I think Christian, AJ, and Tomko are in for a surprise.
And there they are, standing right behind him. The Punisher, Andrew Martin, the Monster Abyss, and Sting, as they send Tomko out, and then you see Abyss go right after Christian Cage.
Oh, they're battling all over the Impact Zone tonight. This Sunday in Hard Justice. Get ready for the Doomsday Chamber of Blood. All 6 in their 6 sides of steel. To the back, JB with Kurt Angle. Take it, JB.
Kurt! What happened to you?
I just got off the phone with my divorce attorney. Can I have a hug? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I lost my wife and my kid. I lost everything.
Let it out, buddy. Kurt, when's the last time you took a bath, bro?
You heartless bastard. You don't care about my feelings. Where's Kevin? I need to see Kevin. He's the only one that understands me.
Wild situation out here in the Impact Zone. Kurt Angle's life is falling apart backstage. Mike Tenay, Don West at ringside. Listen to this, DW. Tonight here on Impact, Kip James to join Brother Devon as a tag team against Homicide and Rick Steiner. Plus, the House of Fun is back.
Well, it's Raven's brainchild. I mean, think about it. It's weapons all around the ring. No disqualifications. Basically, the rule is there are no rules. And Samoa Joe has a shocking guest tonight.
TNA's biggest pay-per-view of the year. It's Bound for Glory. But the biggest mainstream media story of this week has been TNA's exclusive signing of the most controversial figure in sports, Pac-Man Jones.
You don't know me. Controversial. Nobody knows me. Misunderstood. Nobody knows who I am. A player, a game breaker, a risk taker, a man, a game breaker. Pac-Man is coming. A team player. T-E-A-M. A man. I am just me. Pac-Man is coming to hard justice. Pac-Man is coming to TNA.
He's back. It's the Pac-Man Jones. He's back. It's the Pac-Man Jones.
This Sunday at Hard Justice, exclusively on pay-per-view, the most controversial figure in sports, Pac-Man Jones, to reveal all the details of his new career in TNA.
And it's a barroom brawl. It's the War Machine Rhino and the Tennessee Cowboy, James Storm.
It's the tag team dream match that we've all been waiting for. It's the Steiner Brothers against Team 3D.
And it's the Doomsday Chamber of Blood. Remember, your opponent has to be bleeding before you can pin him.
And it's all or nothing. Winner takes all. Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Sunday at Hard Justice.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest on TNA Impact is a six-man House of Fun match scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number one first from the Bowery, Raven.
The man who invented this sick spectacle, the House of Fun, showed us how he treats his former serotonin slave, Kaz, recently here on Impact. But this Sunday at Hard Justice, it's going to be Raven versus Kaz, one-on-one.
His tag team partner accompanied by the pride of Tennessee, Miss Jackie Moore from Libertyport, Tennessee, Cowboy James Storm.
James Storm's lack of compassion, his lack of understanding towards Rhino, and his alcohol-related problems have led to a grudge match between the two. It all goes down. It's all going to be settled this Sunday at Hard Justice. It's James Storm, the Tennessee Cowboy, versus the War Machine Rhino in a barroom brawl. Anything and everything goes.
And their tag team partner accompanied by Miss Brooks from Wall Street in Manhattan, New York, Robert Roode.
We see Robert Roode and Miss Brooks, and it takes me back to last week when they were able to get Eric Young, and they tarred and feathered him right there in front of the announce table. Because Robert Roode was humiliated by Eric Young, he had to get his revenge as he put Eric Young in that embarrassing position.
And ladies and gentlemen, team number two, first from Anaheim, California, Kaz.
As we just mentioned, this Sunday at Hard Justice, the former Serotonin member Kaz to finally go one-on-one against his old boss, Raven. And check this out. Here comes Raven. Here comes James Storm to confront Kaz as he comes down the entrance ramp before the opening bell.
Well, Raven obviously has just got so much anger towards Kaz because how defiant he's been. And he's got James Storm, and now you see the Wildcat Chris Harris coming down the ramp as he goes right after Raven and Robert Roode, and it's just on, Mike. It's the House of Fun match.
And now I guess this makes it official. Here comes the War Machine, and you know he's going to come charging down that ramp. Here comes Rhino, and now the six-man House of Fun is finally going to be underway officially.
Well, this is the kind of match where we talk about it. Anything, everything goes as you see weapons everywhere as Robert Roode just kills the War Machine Rhino right there with the pan, and I mean, this is on right now.
For all the late-breaking, behind-the-scenes news in TNA, we remind you, text TNA to 76,000, pick up a free week of TNA Mobile, and get all the scoops as well.
As we see Robert Roode put the boots to the War Machine Rhino and Raven crash Kaz, Robert Roode will be in an ultimate humiliation match this Sunday at Hard Justice with Showtime Eric Young where the loser gets tarred and feathered.
Oh, opportunity there for Eric Young to gain some revenge and some payback after what went down last week as we see Raven using a hockey stick across the throat of Kaz. Rude shot into the ropes. Quick float over. The go behind. War Machine ducks down, and the Wildcat Chris Harris was there. Trash can shots. Oh, man, that second one caught Raven right in the head.
2 shots, I mean one right there to Robert Roode. One right to Raven as the Wildcat finds himself in the ring, and he goes right after Raven, whose diabolical mind came up with this match where there's no disqualification and weapons everywhere, but he's on the bad end of that garbage can.
Oh, the Wildcat using that can as a weapon, and as he turns around, he's going to come face to face with his former America's Most Wanted tag team partner, James Storm.
Think about the last time these two squared off, and you can see it. The Wildcat's got the garbage can lid in his hand. James Storm, the garbage can lid in his, and they just traded blows before, and it's a repeat as they're just crashing each other on the head.
Now, almost a case of that deja vu all over again, and who's going to get the best of it here? Harris, he got the last shot in.
One shot after the other, and you can see the Wildcat just getting himself fired up as Robert Roode trying to make his way back to the ring, and Raven busted wide open in the forehead.
Now showing the effects of that trash can shot by Harris, but now the steel chairs come into play, and then Raven from behind just nailed Kaz.
You can see Kaz busted outside as Raven going after him with the blood running through his eyes. Kaz trying to get to his feet, and you see Robert Roode just smash him into the table.
You're right. Roode's going to try and put him in position as Raven is going to come off that middle rope. Raven measures him and drops the elbow, and he goes right through the table as he just drove Kaz right down to the floor. And check this out, the super bad move of the night. For more outrageous super bad action, tune in later tonight to Spike's Late Night Strip.
More House of Fun when we return on TNA Impact.
World Heavyweight Champion Kurt Angle, the most destructive force in wrestling today, Samoa Joe.
Because we want to find out who really is the best in the world.
5 world titles will be on the line. It's all or nothing. Winner takes all.
Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, one more time for all the gold.
TNA Wrestling presents Hard Justice. Live Sunday, August 12th on pay-per-view.
And we're back. 6-man tag team, no disqualification, House of Fun weapons match, and Kaz just got nailed by that trash can lid from James Storm. Check this out.
Oh, here it is. It's Kaz doing a suicide dive, but James Storm waiting for him on the other end with that trash can lid. The drop toe hold by the War Machine on Raven as he goes with his bloody face first into the chair.
Rhino unloads, sends Raven out to the floor, and now the War Machine's going to pick up that steel chair. Oh, man, he just nailed Robert Roode.
Man, you can just feel the vibration all the way over here at the announce table. Look at this. James Storm's got nunchucks in his hands. I mean, it is. Any weapon that can be hung up there was there. And now, the nunchucks is the War Machine. With the barroom brawl, this Sunday at Hard Justice, the War Machine Rhino looking him right in the eye.
Does he have any experience with these nunchucks?
Doesn't look like it. Well, obviously not. As they just shut out of his hand, and he's out there without a weapon, and there goes Rhino right after him.
Yeah, look at Storm bail. Heads up the ramp. Action in the ring. Kaz springboard drop kick on Raven.
The former X Division champion's just so athletic, and you can see, oh, great move! As Robert Roode tried to distract him by throwing him the chair, Kaz throws it back and nails him with the kick into the chair. But Raven, here with the kendo stick, just creaming him.
Now vicious shots to the back of Kaz, repeatedly by Raven. Wildcat Chris Harris going to try and pick up the fight, but he gets caught with the kendo stick as well. Now the double team. Roode and Raven shoot Harris off into the ropes. Missed with that double clothesline, but the Wildcat connected.
Perfectly off the ropes. He had both arms up, hits the double clothesline, goes right after Robert Roode and just sends him right out of the ring. And wait a minute, there comes Miss Brooks and she goes right after the Wildcat.
Oh, this House of Fun is wild. Can you imagine what Hard Justice is going to be like this Sunday? Including, yes, all the details of Mr. Controversy himself, Pac-Man Jones, and he's headed to TNA.
What a kick by Kaz as he sends Raven into the table, but he better look out because Robert Roode's got a mallet right behind him, and he nails him right into the gut.
Sledgehammer shot by Roode. There's the payoff. Pin, 2, 3, and Roode gets the win for his team.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Robert Roode, Cowboy King Storm, and Raven.
Still to come tonight on Impact, Samoa Joe will have a shocking surprise guest in the six-sided ring. Now let's send it to the back. Letitia, she's going to try and find out who that special guest is from Samoa Joe.
I'm standing outside of Samoa Joe's locker room trying to get a word with him about who his special guest is going to be tonight. Hey, Joe? Joe? No way. That cannot be a special guest. You guys are not going to want to miss this. Stay tuned.
Wrestling presents the Bound for Glory Live Tour. Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, and the stars of TNA come to the New York State Fair in Syracuse, New York. Live on September 3rd. Go to TNAWrestling.com for details.
For 34 years, I have been repressed, hidden in the same closet that I first showed up in. Chris Harris, in 3 short days, I'm coming out, Chris. A black rain is coming to hard justice. I'm sure for what is about to be unleashed.
Ew. Where did it go wrong? A little fat joke here and there, and my marriage is over. I have nothing. Samoa Joe, he took everything from me. He took my marriage. He took my livelihood. He took my manship. He took. Well, I have this world title, and I have this world title, and I have this tie, and this shirt. And I have these shoes.
What the hell is wrong with you? You're Kurt Angle!
I am.
You're Olympic gold medalist!
I am.
You're the TNA World Champion!
I am. Yeah.
You're perfect!
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with you, it's everybody else!
Yeah, you're right.
You're a warrior.
Yeah.
You're a genetic god.
I am.
A freak! You're perfect!
Perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And not a bad-looking guy either. Not that that matters! No. But you, my friend, are perfect! You're Kurt Angle!
Kurt Angle, you're right. I am Kurt Angle.
Guys, real quick, just curious. Samoa Joe said he's got a surprise guest here tonight.
Oh my God, surprise guest! Get him out of here, he's upsetting me.
I'm sorry, I didn't...
I'm feeling the clip, I'm hyperventilating, I'm gonna pass out. Get him out.
I didn't mean it.
Nobody cares who the guest is. He doesn't need that.
I don't need what?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, coming to the ring by Roxy Rideau, representing the Voodoo King Mafia, Kim Chang.
The Voodoo Queen accompanies one half of VKM, the team who this Sunday at Hard Justice will meet LAX, Homicide, and Hernandez.
And his tag team partner representing Team 3D from New York City, Brother Devon.
Well, we've already heard the threats from Team 3D. Brother Ray, Brother Devon confronted TNA management's Jim Cornette. They want a rematch versus Samoa Joe for the World Tag Team titles. But Cornette says, not until Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle this Sunday.
And their opponents, introducing Mafia, the 100 years of
As Homicide makes his way to the ring, this Sunday at Hard Justice, LAX has a chance to go against one of the most decorated tag teams in the world in VKM. And the former tag team champions want that shot.
And his tag team partner from Detroit, Michigan, the Dogface Gremlin, Ruth Steiner.
Back in June at Slammiversary, it was scheduled to be the historic Team 3D versus the Steiner Brothers Showdown. But as we've documented in recent weeks here on Impact, Scott Steiner's life-threatening injury in Puerto Rico precluded it from taking place. But this Sunday, it finally goes down at Hard Justice. One of the greatest tag team matchups ever. Team 3D versus the Steiner Brothers.
I mean, think about all the titles that those teams have held. but Rick Steiner in this ring because, like you mentioned, Scott Steiner not even cleared to wrestle after that life-threatening injury in Puerto Rico. But, Mike, I got to tell you, I've had a week like no other, and it's been a week like no other. The media frenzy surrounding the controversial Pac-Man Jones has been unbelievable. It's on everybody's lips. Everybody's talking about it, and this Sunday at Hard Justice, we'll find out why he's coming to TNA.
That's the key, Don. Media requests from all over the world flooding into TNA. Press from all over the world in attendance this Sunday at Hard Justice to find out exactly what Pac-Man Jones has in store. His new career, professional wrestler here in TNA. Homicide springs off the ropes. Clothesline missed by Kip. Tilt-a-whirl head scissors by Homicide.
Later on tonight, Samoa Joe and his shocking guest. And when you look at how fragile Kurt Angle is right now, and everybody's response when they see who it is, I wonder if Kurt Angle can take it, Mike.
And after what went down with Kurt Angle and his wife last week on Impact, one has to question the focus of the Olympic gold medalist heading into this Sunday at Hard Justice. 5 championship belts at stake. Winner takes all. Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle. But Don, how about that Doomsday Chamber of Blood 6-man tag team match? Christian's Coalition against Abyss, Sting, and the Punisher, Andrew Martin.
Think about the stipulations in that. It's obvious it's something that the Monster Abyss would choose. Your opponent has to be bleeding before you can pin him. Think of all the damage that can be done in that brutal matchup.
And how about the playground? The 6 sides of steel cage with barbed wire wrapped around the top of the cage. No escape for Christian's Coalition this Sunday at Hard Justice. Commercial break upcoming. When we return to Impact, more of Kip James and Brother Devon against Homicide and Rick Steiner.
You don't know me. Nobody knows me. Misunderstood. Nobody knows who I am. A player, a game breaker, a risk taker. A man, a game breaker. I am just me. Pac-Man is coming to Hard Justice. Pac-Man is coming to TNA.
TNA Wrestling presents Hard Justice.
Redemption.
We're back on Impact, and ladies and gentlemen, in anticipation of Adam Pac-Man Jones revealing all of his plans this Sunday at the Hard Justice pay-per-view for his TNA wrestling career, we invite you to text TNA to 76,000. You'll not only get a free week of TNA Mobile, but you'll find out what Pac-Man Jones' ultimate goal is in coming to TNA. Text TNA to 76,000.
I look at Brother Devon in that ring, and I see him with Rick Steiner, and I think about that matchup that was supposed to be at Slammiversary, Team 3D and the Steiner brothers, as we see Rick Steiner take Devon down. And then you think about the other things. You think about Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe with every single title on the line, Mike. You talk about risk-reward. Nothing. No match ever has had so much at stake as what's at stake between Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle at Hard Justice this Sunday.
You're right. It's all or nothing. It's winner takes all. Samoa Joe to put up the X Division Championship belt and the 2 World Tag Team titles against Kurt Angle, and he puts on the line the TNA World Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP World title from Japan.
And think about this. Whoever wins the Doomsday Chamber of Blood match, whoever gets that pin, they will get a title shot next month at No Surrender at whoever wins between Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe. So much this Sunday. What an incredible lineup. Throw in the controversial Pac-Man Jones, and it doesn't get any better.
Communication problems between Kip James and Brother Devon enables Homicide to come off the top rope, crashing down across the chest of Brother Devon.
You look at the size difference that Homicide has to face in there, but it's that speed, it's that quickness. He's able to duck, and you can see what Kip James did. He takes out Brother Devon, and Homicide's ready for him.
Kip uses his power, shoots Homicide off into the ropes. From outside, Brother Devon hooked the leg of Homicide, but then Rick Steiner nailed him. That was a famouser pin attempt.
1, 2,
got the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the team of Kip James and Brother Devon.
You can see Rick Steiner right there, though. Goes right after Kip James. He wants some more as he gets ready for this Sunday, and Brother Devine gets in on the action, and it's a 2-on-1.
Oh, you're right. It's the Steiners versus Team 3D, and it's VKM versus LAX. It all goes down this Sunday at Hard Justice. And look at BG James from the Voodoo Kin Mafia. And here comes Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, as well as Hernandez from LAX.
This Sunday, it's going to be LAX against the Voodoo Kin Mafia. And finally, Team 3D and the Steiner Brothers in tag team action.
And also at Hard Justice, winner takes all. Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle. To the back, Letitia with Samoa Joe.
Joe, I gotta tell you, I don't know how you pulled it off. I cannot believe who your special guest is going to be tonight.
You see, they say that all is fair in love and war. And Kurt, tonight, I'm just going to illustrate that point to you. You see, last week, I ruined your marriage. And in this week, I'm going to ruin your life.
You know, Joe, with all due respect, Kurt isn't the only one with his eyes on you tonight. Team 3D has been making some idle threats. What's your response to that?
My response is what it's always been. I'm not hard to find, boys. And if you have a problem with me, come knocking on my door, because I'll be waiting.
For nearly a year, Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle have been TNA's most bitter rivals. This Sunday at Hard Justice, that rivalry comes to a head when Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle meet with 5 championship belts at stake. It's all or nothing. It's winner takes all.
You gotta wonder, mentally, is Kurt Angle ready? As last week, when we saw his wife Karen leave him, tell him it's over, and from that point on, Samoa Joe has been in the mind of Kurt Angle as his life is crumbling around him. You gotta wonder, who is Joe gonna bring out here to further Kurt Angle's demise?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to present my guest, the lovely, the vivacious, but most importantly, the former Mrs. Kurt Angle.
Well, now we know why Samoa Joe has bragged about having a shocking surprise guest tonight here on Impact. Yes, Karen Angle, the woman who finally stood up to Kurt Angle last week after 12 years of marriage. And you know what? It's so great to see a smile on the face of Karen Angle. Not that usual intimidated look that she has when Kurt's putting her down. She announced that her marriage was history last week, and it looks to me, just by judging that look on her face, that the weight of the world is off the shoulders of Karen Angle.
Now, Karen, the reason I asked you out here, well, first and foremost, let me say that it's with the best intentions in the world. You see, Karen, I'd like to invite you to sit here this Sunday front row for Hard Justice. And I want you to witness kicking we both know your estranged husband has deserved for quite a long time. Because, Karen, let's face it, for 12 years, what he's done to you, you took his family. And for 9 months, what your former husband has done to me, I'll take his livelihood.
Well, Samoa Joe and Karen Angle. The mid-ring interview interrupted by the entrance music of the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, a man who this Sunday at Hard Justice will put 2 world championship belts on the line against Samoa Joe. The continuation of this incredibly bitter rivalry goes down at Hard Justice, but it's very unique because it's winner take all, it's all or nothing, and take a look at Kurt Angle. This isn't the usual Olympic gold medalist in the $10,000 Armani suit. He's disheveled. You can tell that he's physically, and maybe even more importantly, mentally worn out after what's gone down in recent weeks.
You gotta give Samoa Joe credit. He knows it's not gonna take much to push Kurt Angle over the ledge. And by bringing Karen Angle out here, and by announcing that she's gonna be sitting at ringside, Kurt Angle's wondering what has happened to his world.
Can I just talk to my wife?
You want to talk to your wife?
Please.
All right. Go ahead. Talk to your former wife.
Oh, now Kurt Angle wants to talk. Now he wants to communicate. You know, in recent weeks, we've seen him barking out orders to Karen Angle. But now he's hanging his head, and I'm guessing he wants to try and reason with his ex-wife.
Karen, For the last 12 years, that wasn't the real Kurt Angle. I know I treated you wrong. I know I treated our kids wrong. I made a lot of mistakes, Karen, and I regret them. I want to make them better. And all I'm asking you is if you'll give me another chance, Karen. Karen, please, I'll melt my gold medal down to make you a bracelet. All I ask, Karen, is for another chance, please.
Wow. We are witnessing the emotional breakdown of Kurt Angle.
And a family dissolving right in front of our own eyes.
I want to believe you.
Then believe me. Please, give me another chance, Karen. I won't ruin it, I promise.
You promise you'll do better?
Karen, I promise I'll do better. Listen. Don't listen to these fans, Karen. They don't even know you. I've known you for 12 years. You've known me for 12 years. These idiots have never known you, Karen. Listen, Karen. If you're not going to do it for me, you got to do it for the kids. Please, Karen, for the kids.
You know what, Kurt? I am going to do this for the kids. I am thinking of our kids. And that's why this marriage is over.
Wow. Kurt Angle, a beaten and broken man. And Samoa Joe knows that Kurt Angle is in a vulnerable position this Sunday at Hard Justice.
Well, Kurt, it seems you're in quite a pickle. You know, for the last 9 months, you've enjoyed my suffering, and I have to say, Kurt, I'm sitting here and I'm receiving tremendous pleasure from yours. As a matter of fact, Kurt, let's take a head count here. Let's see. You've lost your clothes. You've lost your wife. Those beautiful children of yours, by the way. I mean, really good job, buddy. You did a heck of a job there. But Kurt, most importantly, on Sunday, I'll be coming for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And Kurt, I'll be coming to take the TNA World Championship from you.
Every championship's going to be on the line at Hard Justice this Sunday.
And Kurt, remember one thing. At Hard Justice, you brought this on yourself. And inevitably, you will be broken.
Ladies and gentlemen, never before has every championship belt been on the line in one match. It's this Sunday at Hard Justice.
Shut it off!
Well, Team 3D, Brother Ray, Brother Devon, out to interrupt.
Joe, you're nothing but a home wrecker. This man tried hard to get his wife back. Kurt Angle is a good man. So, Joe, you stole something from us. And tonight, we're here to take them back.
And what is going on? It's been crazy tonight. And it's going to be even crazier this Sunday at Hard Justice. Pac-Man Jones, Doomsday Chamber of Blood, and Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle.
Those tag team titles belong to us. So you're going to take both of them, you're going to put them down at our feet, and you're going to walk away like a good little Samoan boy.
Uh-oh. Boy? You think Joe takes kindly to being called a boy?
Well, he's taking the belts. He's laying him down at the feet of Team 3D.
That wasn't so hard, was it, Joe?
I put them down, brother. But it's going to be a hard time for you to pick them up, boy.
Brother cheap shot, but look at Joe fire back with both rights and lefts.
Oh, but Kurt Angle out of nowhere comes in and crashes Samoa Joe right in the head with the bell, and now the beatdown is on. Angle, Brother Devon, Brother Ray, he's wanting to get a shot.
Yeah, check this out. It's the ankle lock from Kurt Angle, a revitalized Kurt Angle, as Brother Ray is strapping, he's whipping Samoa Joe with the TNA World Tag Team titles.
One shot after another on the Samoan submission machine. Oh, again, Brother Ray hits him with the bells. Now Brother Devon cracks him with the bells. Oh, while Kurt Angle has that ankle lock in. All the plans that Joe had. Right now, you gotta wonder what condition he's gonna be in this Sunday at Hard Justice.
And finally lets loose of the ankle lock, and Brother Devon just cracked him over the head. What a steel chair shot.
Home run!
And here come the Steiner brothers. We're going to see them take on Team 3D this Sunday. They go right after Team 3D, and Scott Steiner just level Brother Devon right there with a clothesline.
Steiner's in 3D. Square off. A little preview of this Sunday at Hard Justice, while Kurt Angle backs up the ramp with his World Championship belts.
You can see Brother Devon heading out of the ring. Samoa Joe still on the mat. As you can see, the Steiner brothers picking him up. But look at Kurt Angle. He's got more fire in him, Mike.
Can you imagine this Sunday at Hard Justice? Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, winner takes all.
Nobody embarrasses Robert Roode.
And they have tarred and feathered Eric Young right here in the Impact Zone, right in front of this crowd.
That is humiliating.
Rhino, you want to come to Hard Justice and have this ballroom brawl?
You brought back the misery and the pain that I shut out of my life a year ago. You two fat don't call us out. We call you out. Being told you're gonna die is a very humbling experience. I don't know whether to cry or throw up. You never beat the Steiner brothers. You name a time and a place.
Now it's an opportunity for Abyss to gain some of that revenge.
Cage, no more tricks. No more surprises.
The sides are now even. I'm here to serve notice. The Punisher, Andrew Martin.
Retribution begins.
At Hard Justice, Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle one more time.
Our marriage is officially over!
Whoa! Make my declaration of war, and that war is coming to you.
Karen, I'd like to invite you to sit here this Sunday front row for Hard Justice, and I want you to witness the kicking we both know your estranged husband has deserved.
Pac-Man is coming to Hard Justice. Pac-Man is coming to TNA.